care of this app, and you can watch us from the comfort of your palm, wherever you are. We'll be joining Afro Mobile at 10 minutes to the end of the show. But Honorable Chinobe.
No, had I concluded?
Okay, in a couple of minutes.
I just want to say that President Museveni uses a carrot and a stick to compromise people that oppose him, okay? To some, like you see how the CDF brags about Eddie Mutwe, what he has done to him, and several others, they use a stick. I was telling you this afternoon somebody else has been abducted. Somebody else has been abducted on Kasangat, just in our face. Cars came, took him, stopped him, opened his car, pulled him out, and took him like that. People in plain clothes with guns. This is the country in which you are. So if you refuse to be compromised, if you refuse the carrot, the stick will come in. So for me, I just want to think, and I'm being very honest, Honorable Mbide, I just want to think that this is just tactical for Mbide and Mao to be very relevant in the forthcoming elections.
So it's for self-preservation.
It's just tactical for self-preservation. People think, Honorable Mbide, whether you know it or not, but people know that actually you and the Honorable Mao are already in bed with President Museveni. You dine together, yeah? They actually know. People know you actually lured Honorable Mao to join you onto the dining table.
When you say people, you attach a list of those names.
You go to your social handle.
You can't just say people
go to NBS now. They are streaming live. You will see all comments of people saying, those are already Museveni people.
I have actually been reading.
So for me as an individual, I know.
Many of them have said so.
They have said so, yes. For me as an individual, I know this is simply a strategy. This is simply a tactic by the two colleagues and others to remain relevant, because if they cross completely to the NRM, they may not be relevant. But to remain relevant in the forthcoming elections.
Honorable Chinobe.
So don't think they're your allies. They are not, my dear.
No, they have
Mao is giving it a fourth bid.
First of all, me, I don't have any problem with Mao going back to his party, convince them to have another term.
Mao going back to his party?
Yes, to his voters, definitely. He belongs to DP. He can't stand anywhere else. And if he thinks he has anything to deliver, why not? Now, the issue of whether the Mao and my brother here is a tactic, I think they're smarter. We always tell people, you know, I always make reference to the army. If you're attacking an enemy in an open field, you crawl. If you're in the bush, these are leaders. They have something to deliver to the country in their respective ways. If they can survive, talk to the so-called dictator, work with him, and be able to tone down the extremes of either side, what's wrong with that? Managing a country where we're in, radicalism cannot help us.
Muhoozi is there.
We're talking about political leaders. So, me, I don't have a problem, and I actually salute those who are sober enough to go into interpolitical cooperation for the sake of peace and progress of our country. And General Museveni has always been very good at that. Only that sometimes people come with expectations, and if they do not met, maybe you jump out. So my sister here has been in that bed which she's talking about, because she worked even closest to the president.
And I don't deny that. I withdrew because of the ills I saw there. So does he also agree that he's
Sister, I was with you right from the beginning. Yes. You had your personal grievances, though they now culminated into people's grievances.
I don't deny that.
So
conflicts are personal most times.
So what we are now saying, that the leadership in the country today is not handling it the way some of other leaders are doing it antagonistically. You reconcile, you bring people together, you say how best you can work. Once it doesn't work out, then they leave and others come in. We continue as a country, because Uganda is not stopping today.
Thank you.
They are generational leaders. Some of us are now in our evening. They are young people who are in the middle. Hold the country together. If you have not done it properly, then your turn will come, and you do it better than the way you think you've not done it well. But don't dismantle your country, because this country is too big and the space is enough.
Honorable Semuju, what does Mao's return to the helm of DP mean to the opposition?
Both the Honorable Mbide and Dr. Honorable Baiga have taken very complicated positions. In the parliament, in the last parliament, when I was the chief opposition whip, I had difficulties with UPC. who were assigning them as opposition colleagues, the NRM was also assigning them. So one time we had designated Max Okola and others to committees of parliament. They were also led by Nankabirwa. One time I asked Akena, I don't want to keep saying it because it was a private conversation, why he chose to go and work with the President Museveni. The reason I keep saying so because it's relevant to the country. Transition. Now,
How many years back?
in the last parliament, now he has told me, now I have seen, not told me, that he's also contesting for president. I think the transition debate ended. I will not say many other things. The trouble is very difficult to be two things. You are in the government or working with the government, but also you are opposition. I remember the last time I just made a reference, addressed the Honorable Norbert Mao as the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs and DP President, and he was angry with me in Parliament. Because DP President, DP of an opposition party, but also in government. Very difficult relationship. So the Honorable Mbide, when you chose
For a greater good, as
when
Mbide
you
would
chose
put
to
it.
go and work with Museveni, at the time that you did, it was very difficult to get people to believe you. I remember Dr. Besigye. I remember when Dr. Besigye, together with Ankole Parliamentary Caucus, sat at the Minister of Public Service. The Ankole leaders, the Mushegas, the Kategayas, were convincing him to allow Museveni to serve a final term. And Besigye said, if we did so, I will not be a son of Chifefe. The good thing, many of them later came to join Besigye. So you are in a very complicated relationship, that you are in opposition and in government. For my brother, the Dr. Ulme, I don't know what you are still doing in DP, the one who headed by Mao. Maybe you wanted to fight back to, but it is very, very difficult. We took a decision to go and start another party, to go and rescue a party taken over by the state. For you, they abandoned you maybe once. For us, he said we will be dead body if we ever stepped at Najanankumbi. And we said it is no longer possible. But I wish you well.
Do you want to say DP was taken by the state?
I have no doubt.
Already.
I have no doubt.
If the president is in state
Because the DP president, he called him an engine. And he said they took the engine. Who was he referring to?
I said it even when I was beginning here.
So-
exactly. So
I think that
so the moment you say they
Honorable
took,
Semuju is
That's-
being anachronistic. You are discussing the past.
that's how.
We have since lived and outlived that.
So
We are now on
Is the
way.
engine back?
Oh, it is back and working. And
which form is this?
Let's go to Afro Mobile now.